This is how reality works, guys. This is how reality works, right? Watch the entire video and you're going to have 100% complete understanding of the exact way that reality works. So, guys, I'm not sure if you've heard of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, he says everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations, right? Everything is energy, right? Everything you see is made up of energy. That's the core of the universe. Energy, frequency, and vibrations. Now, guys, this energy is filtered through your subconscious mind. Think of your subconscious mind like a glass prism, right? And light enters the glass prism. And then on the other side, it's going to reflect a certain way. That's called the refraction. That refraction is your frequency. So your subconscious mind determines the refraction, right? So that's your frequency. Now understand that within each frequency is a different timeline. And think of it like a film strip. Each frequency is its own film strip, and then your consciousness is passing through that film strip. And understand your physical reality is a reflection of the frequency you vibrate on. And your consciousness is passing through that film strip. And that is what we call reality, right? I know it sounds crazy. How do you know this, Noah? Well, I'm a super genius. This is how I know it. This is how I figured it out, right? So yes, this is how reality works. So let me be a bit more in depth, right? So creation's already finished. Obviously, energy has always existed. Everything that exists has always existed. So really what's happening is your consciousness is just watching a movie that's already created. Your consciousness is watching a movie that's already created. So basically, let's say you watch a movie, right? You could be 10 minutes into the movie, but what's gonna happen at minute 45 in the movie, it's already there, it's already happened. It exists at what's gonna happen at minute 45 in the movie exists at the same exact time as what's gonna happen at 10 minutes. They're all, right? It's just what pops up on the screen is different, right? The thing is, even after you pass minute 10, now you're on minute 20, that frame that existed in minute 10, it's still there. The same way the frame that experienced in minute 45, right, existed the exact same time as the frame in minute 10. You just haven't got to that part yet. So that's how reality works, right? Physical reality is a reflection of the frequency you vibrate on. Each frequency is its own timeline, its own film strip, and your consciousness is passing through that. You know, I was at this fast food place. Was it a fast food place? I was outside of this fast food place. I was just looking inside of it. And I saw all of these people, they were working, right? I mean, they're working there, right? And do you know why these people are working these fast food jobs, a job that no one would want to work? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because of their frequency, right? They have a belief that maybe money's hard to make, maybe you can't live out your dream life. Their belief system their subconscious belief system determines the refraction, that's the frequency, that's the timeline. And now their consciousness is shifting through experiences that validate that belief. It already exists. There's a version of them that is working at Taco Bell or McDonald's or any of these fast food places, but then there's the exact same people I saw working those horrible fast food jobs, full-grown men working fast food jobs. There's a version of them that's super rich and super successful, right? And that version of them exists on a completely different timeline, right? Understand, everything in reality is automated, right? You know, we think we have free will, but really you're kind of just this eternal observer. You're an eternal observer. You're just observing, right? Because the thing is, a lot of the actions you've taken, a lot of the things that you've done, you think that you're consciously deciding to do that when the action that you've taken was already written. It was already predetermined you take that action in the first place. That's the crazy thing, right? That's why, you know, like, this is just the way it works, right? Another example of this is people have dreams, right? It's like, oh, people have dreams, and they'll see something in the dream, and then they saw it happen in real life. Do you know what that is? You know, you have all these religious institutions, you have all these people, you know, spiritual people, whatever, right? We've all heard of a story of, you know, you've heard it somewhere, maybe you've seen it in movies. Someone has a dream, and then the dream that they have, it actually materialized. So they had a dream of something, and then they saw it happen in physical reality. But the thing that happened in physical reality, the thing that they saw happen, it happened in their dream first. What is that? Well, that's kind of like you're seeing in the film strip. Now, when you dream, right, your consciousness, this is the third dimension, your consciousness ascends to the fourth dimension, right? So it's kind of like, I guess, you know, I'm not going to get too into this, but it's kind of like, think of it like you can see past the film strip. It's like, you can see the film strip. It's like, I see. It's like, it's kind of like, you know how like when you're skipping a video, let's say you're skipping a video and it shows you the images of what's at, like, you know, 45, it shows you the images that what's here. That's kind of like it is when you're dreaming. You may be at minute 10, right? But then when you're dreaming, you can see, it's like, you saw something at minute 25. You saw something ahead of the film strip, right? You saw something in the timeline that you're in that already exists. You just saw a future event based on your current exact specific timeline, based on your current exact specific film strip. You saw something, and then you went back into minute 10, and then, you know, you're going through your life. Your consciousness is passing through these films, these images, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you get to minute 25. Remember, you already saw minute 25. And then boom, you already saw minute 25. And then boom, you saw minute 25. You're like, holy smokes, I saw this in my dream, and then it actually happened. What the hell? This doesn't make any sense. This is crazy. Well, as the genius I am, I just gave you the exact specific, an extremely specific, detailed explanation of how this works, right? You'll never hear someone explain it in such a simple, articulate way as the way I did. Because a lot of people, they don't understand how this stuff works at such a deep, deep level. But yeah, I would say that's good enough for today. Peace.